Hi, my name's Jessie McLellan and I'm a realtor here in Oshawa, Ontario with the Lisa Abbott Team. As you know, the market has changed a lot since the beginning of the year, and we've transitioned from a super hot seller's market into the more balanced market that we're experiencing right now. And when any shift or transition happens in the real estate market, it opens up a lot of doors to opportunities that weren't there before. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to set yourself up for success as a buyer in this market and how to get the best deal possible. If you like this type of content and want to keep up to date on the real estate market, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a big thumbs up. And if you have any questions at the end of this video, there is a link in the description where you can book a call with me to get those questions answered. Trying to buy a home during 2021 and the early part of 2022 was an overwhelming process for a lot of buyers. Prices were rising really quickly and there were not a lot of homes to look at, and it's likely that you were competing with 10 to 20 other buyers on every house you were putting an offer on. The condition of the home didn't seem to matter. Homes were selling for record-breaking prices, and good luck trying to get a financing or home inspection condition accepted. But now the tables have turned and buyers hold a lot more power in the current market than they did in the past. So here's what you should do if you're trying to buy a house in this market. First things first, you have to get pre-approved and know exactly what budget you're working with. Now, it doesn't cost you anything to get pre-approved, and it doesn't normally take a long time, but it will save you headaches and heartbreaks and a whole lot of frustration during the home search process. Now, we never want you to fall in love with a home that you can't afford. And from a realtor's perspective, if you fall in love with a home you're not sure you can afford, it makes it a lot more difficult for us to negotiate on your behalf because we can't say that you've been pre-approved and your financing is solid and good to go. Now, in a really hot seller's market like we experienced in January and February, it really felt like you were racing against rising house prices and had to jump the moment properties hit MLS. And even then, you were probably in competition with 10 or 20 other offers. We were often looking for off-market properties for our clients so they had a better shot, and even then, it wasn't uncommon to lose out on a few homes just with the competition and the sheer volume of offers. Thankfully for you, this market is very different, and the only thing you're racing against is rising interest rates. But if you have been pre-approved and locked in your rate, then you do have that window of time to buy and close on your property. What we're seeing right now is many sellers who've listed their property are expecting prices that the market just isn't willing to support. That's why we're seeing such a large percentage of homes not selling and either having major price reductions or relisting with a new strategy. This is where you'll find many opportunities as a buyer right now. You can start by taking a look at properties that have a high days on market or properties that have had major price decreases or have terminated and relisted several times. These sellers are usually more motivated because prices have continued to drop while they've been trying to sell their home. You're less likely to run into competition with other buyers because it sat so long, and you're more likely to get conditions like home inspections and financing accepted, which allows you to make sure that there's nothing major wrong with the home and allow your mortgage specialist some time to confirm that financing is all good to go on your end. You also have the opportunity to get the home for a good price. Now, I'm not advocating for you to see a bunch of homes that are worth $700,000 and offer them $400,000 in hopes that it gets accepted, but you certainly won't have to pay as much as you would have even a couple months ago. If the home was going to sell for what the seller was asking, it probably would have done so already. And so this is your opportunity to offer what you think fair market value would be. Even though the market is much more balanced right now, it's still pretty common to have your offers not get accepted. And here's why. Because of the decreases we've seen in prices, many sellers are receiving offers and they think that they can do much better. And so they're opting not to take those offers and hold out for a better one. But more often than not, a better offer doesn't come. And if they wait too long, prices are only decreasing further. What you need to do in this situation as a buyer is just be patient. Assuming that your pre-approval doesn't run out and you have some time left, you do have time on your side as a buyer. So if your offer does get declined, be patient, view some other houses, and circle back and keep an eye on those ones that declined your offer. Because honestly, they might come crawling back to you. It's not uncommon to see a buyer's offer get rejected, and then a week or two later have the seller come back and ask if the buyer is still interested, because they realize that they're not going to get what they initially wanted. This just happened to my client a couple weeks ago. They had submitted an offer, the seller decided not to work with it was too low, and then a few weeks later came back and asked if they were still interested. They got a great deal on a home, and all it took was a little patience. Now, when prices are declining, there's always a risk of the home not appraising out. Usually when this happens, it's because it was purchased just before the market shift and it had a longer closing. For example, buying a home in March before we had seen any big decrease and having that home close in May or June after the market has decreased between 10 and 20+%. But right now, buyers are aware of the changes in the market and tend to be making their offers with this in mind. Asking for a shorter closing in your offer may also help to avoid appraisal issues if the market were to continue to decline. I really do think that we're in a little bit of a sweet spot for buyers right now. Prices are likely going to continue to decrease for the next couple of months, but interest rates are going to continue to rise. So for those that get pre-approved now and lock in their rate before the next increase, I think you'll see a lot of opportunities come up. And if you do speak to a mortgage specialist and aren't able to buy right away, don't let that discourage you. Just make a plan, put it in place, and follow it. Whether you buy a house this month or in 2 years, 5 to 10 years down the line, you'll be very thankful you did. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did want to book a buyer consultation with me, or you just want to chat about the market and get some questions answered, click the link in the description to our Calendly. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!